she's just like, I'm leaving, so we're divorced. We never made an official agreement. We never went to our church leaders and said, hey, we're divorced.
I know I have tried for years to make this work, but I couldn't stay married to someone who had favorites and made it very known. God.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Friday, November 4th. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's going to be one of those voiceover days. I will be back probably sometime next week, just feeling like relaxing. And relaxing in this job is impossible. So we have some more tea to talk with you about related to the sister wives. One day I will have enough time in my day to cover more topics on this channel, but y'all are loving these videos, so let's dive into it. TLC has released a brand new clip, and in the clip, this is a bonus scene from Robyn and Meri's conversation about Christine leaving. Something we've talked about a lot on this channel is the dynamics of the sister wives and how the sister wives came into this family. If you know anything about this family, they've laughed about and admitted sadly that Meri is the bait that would bring women into the family, and Meri seems to have a sense of ownership over the women, sadly. Head wife, and I brought you in. So Meri is apparently struggling with that and is just really mad. Shocking. So we'll dive into this brand new clip, but before we do, can you do me a very big favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed. I am now 26,000 subscribers away from 300,000, so thank you all so much who keep on subscribing. Ring the bell so that you can get notified of all the videos that I upload, and leave comments if you have something to say. So this brand new clip is an extension of the conversation, and it's a bonus scene that TLC released on their Facebook and Instagram pages. And this is a follow-up or maybe a deeper dive into the conversation between Meri and Robyn as they try to dissect their feelings about Christine leaving and what this means for the family. It starts with Robyn coming to the house and kind of just sharing what happens, with Meri then chiming in, and the clip is almost predominantly Meri speaking.
Hi.
Hi. Christine talked to us a little while ago about, her decision to for sure leave Cody.
I was hoping that it actually wouldn't come to this. Like, I was having a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings of, why are you doing this? How are you breaking up our family?
I always think it's weird when people talk about a situation like this and the wives immediately are like mad at Christine, and it's like it's her fault that they didn't work out or the marriage fell apart, and it's Christine's fault that things erupted and eroded, and it's Christine's fault for not staying and not sticking it out and not being, able to deal and endure with everything that's happening. It's always disappointing for me personally to see the way that Meri actually has responded to the situation. While I understand that it's probably difficult to lose someone, I find it really disturbing that she has been treated, Meri, so poorly by Cody for years that she can't put herself in her place, like Christine's place, to realize that staying in a situation like this is so toxic and so painful that you're actually asking someone to stick with a lifetime of pain and suffering versus finding happiness. And instead of looking at the source of who causes so much pain and suffering for the women, being Cody, I know people like to blame Robyn, but the ultimate person that revolves around all of these women is Cody, and it's his behavior that leads to the dynamics in this marriage, in these marriages. And so it's Cody that sets the stage, but they never blame Cody. They always blame the other women. And Cody then stays in a position of power because they're all pitted against each other. And it's sad. And I would have thought that Meri, out of all of them, would have understood more than anyone that staying in an unhappy situation is miserable.
It's just, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't why I had Janelle come in the family. This isn't why I had Christine come in the family. This isn't why you came in the family. Like, it was supposed to be a family, and now it's like, what is it? With all this, these fractures. And
listening to Meri talk about how she didn't sign up for this and she didn't get what she wanted. I mean, I literally looked up in the Urban Dictionary because I think that's, you know, a great place to look for actual truthful definitions. That's sarcasm. But it says, I didn't sign up for this. A universal saying for not getting what one wants, usually said by a cowardice. And I thought, wow, that's perfect. She sounds like a coward. She also sounds like a spoiled brat. When you don't get what you want and you stomp your feet. And I didn't sign up for this. Like, as though we get what we want throughout our whole lives. Whenever someone comes into a marriage, and again, she's also doing this where she's acting like she owns them. So it's like, I didn't bring Janelle into this family for this to happen. I didn't bring Christine into this family for this to happen. I didn't bring you into this family for this to happen, talking to Robyn. Meaning that the family starts and stops with her. She feels a sense of ownership to this family. She feels a sense of responsibility because she basically trafficked these women into this relationship. And, you know, it's really sad when they gloss over the fact that it's really disturbing that wives go seek other wives for marriage with a man. In most worlds, we would call that grooming, and we would call the way that they groom another woman into coming into a family as love bombing grooming. And so Meri is basically telling on herself, I groomed you guys to come into this so that we could all have the most amazing family together. She's very obtuse with this. Like, I don't think she really realizes how just daft she is. Disturbing. There's so many adjectives I can think of to describe what she's saying. But she's like, I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't sign up for this. So because she didn't get what she wanted, it's Christine's fault. And now that the family is fractured, it's Christine's fault. Who is the source of all of the relationships? It's not Christine. Who has 2 fractured marriages? It's not Christine. If they could just look at the source, they'd realize why they're in the pickle that they're in.
I want to be careful, like, not to put any blame on anybody, because I think it's definitely multi-sided. You know what I mean?
When I first saw that part, when she said, I need to be careful about not blaming people because this is multi-sided, my immediate reaction was to say, there's going to be a but with this. There's going to be some excuse of why she can blame or she will assign blame because she will be able to blame because she can, or because this will be why I can blame. Like, I need to be careful not to blame, but I feel like there's a big but coming on here. And I feel like it's going to not be Cody's fault for the situation. I feel like Meri is not going to look objectively at this. I feel like Christine is going to continue to take the brunt end of this. And I'm sure, like, Christine was in an interview a couple days ago, and she was talking about how it's really been hard for her to see how painful it was for the sister wives to leave. And she was also saying that the reason why she was so careful and cautious with what she said was because she knew that anything that she said publicly on the show would be seen, one, on the show, but seen most importantly by her kids. And she didn't want to say anything that could potentially hurt her children. And she wanted to be mindful of that. So a lot of you have said she's being so graceful. I can't believe she's stepping through the screen and screaming. But she said that it was because she was being sensitive to her kids. So I guess that's why she's been so calm. But I don't think that changes that probably on the inside she might have been seething. But that's just my 2 cents.
But I still am of the belief that, you know, we can make it work if we want to. But then I guess when I say that, it's just obvious. Well, okay, maybe people just don't want to. So that's why we are where we are.
There you go. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, there was going to be a way that she blamed Christine, because the way that Cody is providing this front to the women is that he is willing to, you know, stay married to her. It's not his fault that she's leaving. It's Christine lost her faith. Christine wanted more than I could give. She didn't want to be an equal wife. She wanted more than that. She was never satisfied. It's her fault, not mine. And so with Meri, it's like, well, I'm of the belief that we can all work through things and we can all work things out. And sure, in a I said perfect world maybe, but this is not a perfect world, and this is 5 lives of 5 separate people with 5 separate beliefs and 5 separate feelings. And she even acknowledges that that line of thinking isn't working. But then this is where I feel like the jab goes to Christine is, well, we're in this position because not all people feel like we should be able to, or we can work things out, or they're not willing to work things out. Again, it seems like how yesterday she was saying, like, I'm not weak. I'm actually stronger than Christine because I'm willing to stick it out, and I'm willing to sit for scraps, and I'm willing to allow Cody to treat me poorly, and I'm willing to do all of that in the event that one day he might love me again, knowing full well that Cody will likely never love her again. And in this case, it's like, well, she doesn't have the fight. She doesn't have the desire. She's just going to give up on this family because she's a coward, not me. I'm not the one that's the coward because I'm the one that's willing to stick things out. I'm the one that's willing to stay and work and suffer and be treated poorly. I'm willing to do all of that. She's not. Meri spends a lot of time trying to justify her position. And if you go onto her Instagram, it's very, very obvious that she does think she's fighting a good fight and that she's empowered, and she feels like she's an empowered woman. And it's a sick and twisted mind F, in my opinion, to believe that you are an empowered woman when you stay with a man who treats you poorly and is very disparaging to you publicly. It's humiliating what Cody says about Meri. If I were Meri, I would not stay. I would be like, how can my husband speak about me that way? I would be disgusted. I would feel horrible. I mean, can you imagine what that would do to your self-esteem if you heard daily that you're not attractive, you're, a difficult human being, you're not nice, our relationship sucks, you are demanding, you're angry. I mean, he has made so many nasty jabs about her personality, yet she stays. He makes disparaging comments about her physical appearance. He makes disparaging comments about their non-existent intimate life and how he doesn't want to ever get intimate with her. He considers anything that she brings to him, any concern, any conversation, as a burden. This is a man that calls her issues and her life a burden. He thinks that Meri is a burden. And Meri is like, well, I'm staying and I'm fighting for this because I'm not going to give up. It's really sad. And it's like, Meri, you're going to lose all of your followers. You're going to lose all of your fans. You're going to lose a lot by sticking to this story. And it's all going to come tumbling down on you. You have a way to rewrite this, Meri, and that's by leaving. But that's just my thoughts. What are yours? Do you think that Meri's being a cowardice? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.